Good morning, everyone.
Yeah, hi, hello.
Yeah, hi, very good morning.
Welcome to the session. Hope you all can hear me. And I have shared my screen. Hope you all can see my screen as well. Right?
Yeah, it's visible. Right, right.
Great. Thank you. Let us start the session. So, in this session, this is our first demo. In this session, we're going to discuss about this is the agenda of our today's session, guys. So, we're going to be discussing about what is data engineering. And if I wanted to become a data engineer, what are the roles or what are the key responsibilities? If I wanted to become a data engineer, what are the skills that I have to learn? And what is a data this data engineer, what he will do day to day? So we're going to discuss about the day to day roles and responsibilities of a data engineer as well. And after that, we're going to be focusing on the Google Cloud platform. And with the help of the Google Cloud platform, we're going to be learning about the data engineering. There are plenty of opportunities available for this. So we're going to be learning about what is actually the Google Cloud platform, and what are the key services as our tools relevant to the data engineering in the Google Cloud platform. What are the advantages of learning the Google Cloud platform, right? So let us start with what is actually the data engineering, and then we will move to the Google Cloud platform one by one. Okay, hope you all can hear me clearly. And if you guys unable to hear me, please ping me in the chat. Right? Yeah. Let me start. First of all, what is data engineering? See, I'm going to tell you this thing. For example, if you go 10 years before and if you compare the same thing with the current trend, what actually happened is that, for example, if you go 10 years before, we would not have many applications to order a food, or we do not have an application to order a cab, or if I do not have an application to order some food items or some e-commerce items, right? But nowadays, what is happening is that whatever the thing, if I wanted to do, there is an application available. So there is a data generated at each and every application whenever someone is trying to interact with the application, right? So if someone is trying to interact with an application, the data will be generated. So the data may be stored in the databases, or the data may be generated at an application, or the data may be come from files. When I say files, for example, if you go to some production platforms, or if you go to some healthcare industries, what they try to do is that medical firms, what they try to do is that they actually try to write the data on a paper, and after that they do the data entry to some Excel or CSV files, right? So sometimes you may be getting a data in the form of a CSV file or an Excel file or something, right? Or you may get a data from some sensor devices, right? So the data may be coming from one database, a data may be coming from an application, a data may be coming from some files, a data may be coming from some IoT devices, right? So this is what I'm calling as a multiple data sources. So a data that is coming from multiple data sources, we are as a data engineer trying to store this data into a one single centralized large repository. Okay, we are going to send, or we are going to store this data in a single large repository, where we can able to store entire data in one platform, and it is scalable and it is secured. So the databases may be hosted in some other location, the applications are running in some other location, and the file formats are coming from some other location, right? So what we are trying to do, we are trying to keep all of these files in one location, first thing. So as a data engineer, my entire first step is to worry about the storage. The first challenge for me is to store this data in one particular solution. So that is nothing but a data lake. Okay, so I am going to store this data in data lake, and after that, why we are storing, sir? The first thing is that whenever a data engineer wanted to do some kind of analysis, we need the data. Give me 1 minute, guys, please. Give me 1 minute. Yeah, sorry. See, we get a data from multiple data sources. We try to store this data in one location. And after that, what happens is that as per the business wanted to analyze the data, the business wanted to take some insights from the data, and the business wanted to understand and take a proper decision for their business improvement. If they wanted to take a proper decision for their improvement, someone has to do the analysis, and someone has to provide those analysis reports to the business so that business will take a proper decision for their improvement. So that someone is us, that someone is a data engineer. So as a first step, we get the data from, or we try to ingest the data from multiple data sources into data lake, because the databases may be hosted in some location, because these multiple data sources are coming from different locations or different platforms. Okay, so we try to store it in one single platform first, and again the next step is that, do you think the data that I got from multiple data sources is directly in a usable format? Do you think that the data that I have got from multiple data sources is directly in a usable format? That means the data is directly, I can use it for the analysis? Because no, right? So when I got a data from databases, it could be in the form of a tabular format. When I get a data from applications, it could be in the form of a logs. When I get a data from files, it could be in some other file formats, IoT, some other log format. So I am getting the data from multiple data sources. They are not in the same format, or they are not, they may be having some kind of a duplicates. They may be having some kind of a null values, or they may be having some kind of a wrong data. So for that purpose, we are going to focus on one more step, that is data processing or data pre-processing. What is that, sir? So when you get the data from multiple data sources, it may not be in a usable format. You try to make it to usable format by adding some value to the data. By adding some value to the data, you are converting the unusable format to the usable format so that it can be used for the analysis. It can be used for the analysis. So we're going to be using the multiple solutions like Spark, someone say data flow, someone say ADF. So if someone worked on the Azure, someone say ADF, someone say map reduce. So there are plenty of solutions or softwares available where they are trying to use the software or a solution to do the data pre-processing. Okay, so what is mean by data pre-processing, sir? In a one word, if I have to say, adding some value to the data. Adding some value to the data, because earlier also data has some value, but that value may not be in a usable format. So we try to convert the data to the usable format by adding some value. That is what I'm calling as the data processing. Okay, there are plenty of tools available for this data processing. You can name it like Spark, MapReduce, Hadoop, Hadoop, as well as the MapReduce, ADF, Dataflow, Dataproc, Databricks. Plenty of the tools available for this data processing. Okay, and after that, what do we do, sir? After that, we send this cleaned data, or we send this processed data to the data warehouse. What is this data warehouse? A data warehouse is a centralized large repository, or it is an enterprise warehouse, or it is an enterprise location where we are going to store the entire enterprise data in one location. entire enterprise data in one location. A data warehouse is going to be storing the entire business data. So if you are running some business, that entire business data will come and store in the data warehouse. If you are running your business from the last 10 years, that last 10 years to current data will be stored in the data warehouse. Okay, why we are storing, sir? Why we are storing this historical data, sir? Because the historical data is very useful for the data analysis purpose. If you try to understand the historical data, you can able to come up with some kind of insights. Those insights are very useful for the business improvement. Okay, so a data warehouse, the main purpose of the data warehouse is to do the data analysis to provide the business insights to the business. Okay, but the data in the data warehouse, what kind of a data we are storing here? The data in the data warehouse will be in the form of a table. Okay, in the form of a table, but no one wanted to see the data in the form of a table. Okay, so for example, sir, you got some kind of a data that is coming from data processed. After that, you are storing in the data warehouse. The data warehouse is storing the data in the form of a tables. And when I say a table, it will be in the form of a columns and rows. And but if it is a very huge table, but no one will be able to understand that data. So that is the reason sometimes you come up with an insight reports from this data warehouse. You come up with some kind of insights, some insight tables you are going to create it. Those insight tables will be very useful for the business. Or there will be a business intelligence people, they will be creating some kind of a dashboards or metrics, the data with the data in the data warehouse, and that will be very useful to understand the data, because the data in the data warehouse is stable. But if I try to look at the table and understand the data, it is very hard for me. So instead of looking at the data, they try to use, or they try to create a dashboards or a metrics on top of our data. Then a business can able to easily understand the dashboards or metrics. Okay, by looking at the dashboard, they will be able to understand, okay, this is our business behavior, this is my customer behavior, this is my sales trend. So that's how they will be able to understand it easily. Or there will be a machine learning people who take the data from this data warehouse, they will be creating a machine learning models on top of our data. Or there will be a data scientist who will be understanding the future trend by the current trend. There will be a business group or nothing but a business managers who will be taking the analysis reports from this data warehouse and directly using it for the business decision making. Okay, so this is how the data engineering is. As a data engineering, we have a upstream, that is data source team. We have a downstream, that is BI or ML or DS team. Okay, we have a upstream, that is source team. We have a downstream, that is destination team. And we are working on building the data lakes. We are working on building the data processing activities. We are working on the data warehouses. Not only that, we are also ensuring the data is accurate throughout the platform. Okay, we make sure that the data is accurate throughout the platform. What do you mean by that, sir? Sir, I got some 100 records from the data sources and I properly clean it. I send the same 100 records to the destination. Okay, so the data is throughout the platform is same and it is accurate, and for that purpose we are also working on the data governance and monitoring. It is mainly responsible for the data quality. Okay, so this is what is a data engineering, sir. In a data engineering, we get a data from multiple data sources. We try to store it in one single location, that is called as a data lake. And after that, we're going to be doing the data processing, because the data that I got from multiple data sources may not be in a usable format. For that, I will be doing the data pre-processing, and after that I will be sending that processed data to the data warehouse. And the data warehouses are comes up with a built-in query engine. You can also write some analysis reports, or if you wanted to, if someone wanted to use this data to create a dashboards or a metrics, they can able to connect it to the data warehouse, and they will get the data from the data warehouse for dashboards creation, machine learning models, data scientists for the future trends, or business decision makers to do the analysis. Okay, so this is what is a data engineering. Finally, we also ensure the data is accurate throughout the platform. That is comes under the data governance and monitoring. Okay, so this is what is a data engineering, sir. It's very simple to, or it is very similar to our civil engineering. So in our civil engineering, what the people do, right? So you have a, if you wanted to construct a home, think like you wanted to construct a home and add colors to your home. So that is your end product. So for that one, you try to get some kind of a bricks or cement or equipment or water or all of these things from multiple locations, right? You don't get all these things in one location. You get some bricks, you get some machinery from some other location, you get some cement from some other location. And what do? You first get all of those things and keep it in one single location, and after that you can't directly construct a wall without using the mixture of cement and water as well as sand, right? So for that purpose, what do? You try to prepare a mixture. That is nothing but a data processing, right? You try to prepare a mixture with the help of the cement, sand and water, and you use that to construct a wall. That's where the wall that you are constructing is for the data warehouse. So once you construct a wall, you don't want it to keep like it, right? So you wanted to add a color so that it would cosmetically good. So that is nothing but a BI or ML or DS. Okay, they try to keep adding some more value to our data. Okay, because it wouldn't be good if we directly just without the colors the house wouldn't be good, right? So similar way, so the data which is in the form of a data warehouse, in the form of a tables, it is very hard for us to understand the data. So that's the reason they will be creating a matrix on top of our data. So very similar to the civil engineering. You get the raw material from multiple data, multiple locations, and you store it in a location where you are constructing the home. You try to prepare a mixture with the sand, cement, water, and you construct a wall using bricks and this mixture. And wall by wall, you come up with a final house, and you try adding the colors so that it would cosmetically look good. So that's exactly similar to your civil engineering. So this is what is the data engineering, sir. So the data engineering is a process of collecting, organizing, and preparing large amounts of the data so that it can be used for used and analyzed properly. And it involves designing and building the systems and infrastructure that allow data to be captured, stored, processed, and accessed efficiently. Okay, so this is what is a data engineering, and let us see the data engineer, what he will do, what is the roles of what is the role of a data engineer, what he will do. He'll be the one working on the data acquisition. When I say data acquisition, data collection. So if you have a multiple data sources, you must collect the data from those data sources. Okay, you as a data engineer go to that particular source and try to get the data from that particular source. That means data collection or data ingestion or data acquisition. And then once you got the source, you focus on where to store this data, and you focus on how to access this data. You focus on how to control the access to the data. So that is nothing but a data storage and data management. Data storage is what is your solution to store your data, and how do you access your data, how do you want it to access your data, and how do you control the access to your data. Everything you have to take care, that is comes under data storage and management. And after that, data processing, you select a proper tool for the data pre-processing. Either you wanted to use a Spark environment, or you wanted to use a MapReduce, or you wanted to use Dataflow, Apache Beam, ADF. Plenty of tools are there. Okay, data bricks, data flow. So you try to select that, and you, as per your requirement, are you doing the data, are you building a data processing system or not? And after that, ensure the quality while you are doing the analysis, ensure the quality is proper or not, data quality. And system integration, we don't want it to do this manually, right? So today we are doing it manually, tomorrow we are doing it manually, but every day we don't want it to do it manually. We don't want it to get the data from the source manually. We don't want it to do the store the data manually. We don't want it to do the processing manually. So once we done the manual things, once we collected it, stored it, and after that we wanted to integrate multiple tools, create as a pipeline, and we wanted to make sure that the pipeline is running smooth. So that is what is I am calling as a system integration, nothing but a automation. System integration, nothing but multiple tools I am going to integrate, so that I don't want it to do the things manually every day. I just monitor it from now on. So that is what. If you create a pipeline, it will be working behind the scene every day at some point of time, and we don't want it to do our things manually. Okay, at first we may be doing it manually for checking purpose, for POC purpose, but later point of time we are making it automated system, and that system is integrated using multiple tools, and that's where we have created our entire pipeline. And after that, performance optimization. If you think some query is taking a lot of time, or if you think some pipeline is taking a lot of time, or if something is missed, or if some versions need to be upgraded, all of those things will come under performance optimization and monitoring and maintenance. If you wanted to do the patch updates, or if you wanted to upgrade your versions, all of those things you need to take care in the maintenance. Monitoring is something that whenever some pipeline is running, and if it is failed, you try to fix it as soon as possible, because if you don't fix it as soon as possible, there will be a person in the downstream who will be getting the wrong data because of you. Because of the pipeline, someone is getting the wrong data. We are ensuring the data that we are sending it to the downstream is a correct data. Okay, for that purpose, always monitor your pipelines. If something goes wrong, try to fix it as soon as possible. Okay, otherwise the dashboards are not getting the proper data. If someone is trying to take a decision from the dashboard, that's where they are getting the wrong decision. Okay, so this is again comes under monitoring and maintenance, performance optimization. So as the role of a data engineer, the data engineer working on the data collection, data storage and management, data processing, data quality and governance, system integration, performance optimization, monitoring and maintenance. Okay, so this is what is a data engineer, sir. Okay, now let us try to understand the Google Cloud Platform. Before that, if you guys have any questions, right, related to the these concepts or anything, so I'm going to give you like 2 minutes. You can raise your hand and I will ask you if you have any questions. Yeah, you can raise your hand. Yeah. If anyone have any questions, you can raise your hand. If not, I will continue. Okay, great. Seems like all are good. Okay, we will have this question session maybe at the end. Okay, great. So see, so far so good. You have told the concept wise the data engineering, this is what the data engineer do. But if I wanted to become a data engineer in the Google Cloud Platform, what are the tools I have to learn, sir? What are the tools I have to learn? And what are the opportunities outside? How the opportunities for the Google Cloud Platform as a data engineer? So that thing we will focus on. Before that, I'm going to explain you what is a Google Cloud Platform. Okay, it's very simple, sir. Google Cloud Platform is very simple. You might have heard about AWS and Azure. Okay, so AWS is provides you the cloud computing services for the organizations to build, deploy, scale their applications. Likewise, Azure also provides you the cloud computing services for the organizations to build, deploy, scale their applications. Likewise, Google Cloud Platform also provides you the cloud computing services and to the organizations to build or deploy or scale their applications. Exactly similar. So how AWS provides you the cloud computing services, GCP also provides you the cloud computing services. And why it is famous nowadays? Because the services that the Google Cloud Platform providing you is cost effective compared to the AWS and Azure. So that's the reason most of the companies are looking towards the Google Cloud Platform. So the demand for the Google Cloud platform is keep on increasing. And not only that, so there is an era coming in the future that is multi-cloud, and that's where you will be seeing a situation, or some of the companies are already habituated that culture, that is multi-cloud culture, where one or two tools from the AWS, one or two tools from the Azure, one or the two tools from the Google Cloud Platform. Okay, because people know that AWS is very famous for the machine learning. Azure is very famous for the CI/CD. Google Cloud Platform is very famous for the big data. Okay, if someone wanted to have a big data team, they will be having a tools from the GCP. If someone wanted to do the CI/CD for the same project, they will be doing the Azure tools. If someone wanted to do the machine learning, they will be going for the AWS. So that kind of a culture is going to come in the future. Okay, and we should be ready for that. And in that way also we should learn the Google Cloud Platform first thing. And anyway, nowadays most of the companies are using, from the startup companies to the big MNC and product based companies, everyone is using, the most of the companies are using. The market for the GCP has increased a lot. And what is actually the Google Cloud Platform is very simple. Whatever you do in the software industry, either you wanted to build an application, or you wanted to write a code and store your code in the source code management, or you wanted to have some kind of a code building, or you wanted to have some kind of a deployment servers, or you wanted to have a big data tools for the data processing, or you wanted to have a machine learning services, or you wanted to have some kind of a services for the logging and monitoring, whatever the activity you name it, and all those things Google Cloud Platform providing you as a services. To build, deploy, or scale the applications and services in the cloud, Google Cloud Platform is providing you those cloud computing services as a pay-as-you-go model, so that your organization can able to build whatever the application, and you can able to deploy, scale, and monitor and log all of those particular applications. That is what is a Google Cloud Platform. Very simple, if I have to say, it provides you the cloud computing services for the organizations to build, deploy, and scale applications and services in the cloud. And that cloud is nothing but a Google Cloud Platform. The interface for the Google Cloud Platform is very simple and easy to understand. This is how it looks. Okay, this is how the Google Cloud Platform interface looks like. And you will be able to see here, if you wanted to work with any of the service, here we are going to work and create a project and work. Each project will be each service will be interacted via project only. If you wanted to work with one of the service, you must select a project, or you must create a project. And once you have selected the project, sir, I wanted to work with BigQuery for the data analysis purpose. Okay, so you can able to go to the BigQuery. So this is how under your data set you can able to store your data sets, tables, and all of those things. Sir, I wanted to work with a Spark environment. You go for the data prop for the Spark managed Hadoop environment. So Google Cloud Platform for you, it provides you plenty of the services for big data services, machine learning services, compute options, storage options, as well as networking options. So that is what is a Google Cloud Platform, guys. So let me gonna go back to my slides. Okay, you can able to see here. A Google Cloud Platform is a suite of cloud computing services provided by the Google that offers wide range of solutions to help organizations to build, deploy, and scale applications and services in the cloud. Okay, so this is what is a Google Cloud Platform. It provides you cloud computing services for the organizations to work on something. And these services are highly reliable, secure, and scalable infrastructure that enables business to leverage the power of Google's extensive global network and data centers. Okay. And what are those services, sir? Google is offering you cloud computing services. Can you name it, sir? So I will name it like this and I will categorize it like this. So compute services like compute engines, app engines, Kubernetes engines, container engines, all of those things. IAM services. That means to secure or to access or to make sure the access is controlled properly. For that, you have a IAM services. And for the networking services like virtual private networks, load balancers, CDN, interconnect. So all of those things are there. For the big data, you have a data proc, data flow, BigQuery, PubSub, all of those things. This is all the services that the GCP providing you. And storage and databases like cloud storage, Bigtable, all of these things. Machine learning services. So Google is providing you all the services required for the organizations to build their application, deploy their applications, as well as scale their applications in a Google's extensive global network. Okay. Yeah. Don't worry about that. I did not go there, so don't worry about that. So this is something yeah, I will explain that. Of course, I will explain that because I just wanted to let you know, guys, that the Google is providing you the extensive services. Let's focus on how the what is actually the Google Cloud Platform. When it comes to the data engineering part, I will tell you what is the data engineering tools that the Google from the Google Cloud Platform we need to learn to become a data engineer. Okay, so this is a part where we are understanding the Google Cloud Platform. What is Google Cloud Platform? What are the services that the Google Cloud Platform is providing us? Okay, so Google Cloud Platform is a one which provides you cloud computing services. Those services are categorized like this, and it is providing you this category of services. Okay, and next, what are the things that we need to learn in the Google Cloud Platform? So we are going to start our sessions maybe from tomorrow with this concept. What is cloud? Why we need cloud? And what is the difference between the on-premises and cloud? And what is Google Cloud Platform? Introduction. Why we learn the GCP? What are the opportunities for the GCP? And service overview. Just now I have given you the service overview. It is going to be just one more time I'm going to explain. What are the GCP interfaces? So if someone wanted to work as a data engineer in the Google Cloud Platform, what he need to learn, how he can able to interact with the services. That is console, Cloud Shell, and Cloud SDK. And console walkthrough. So the GCP location, these are the basic concepts we must learn before learning the data engineering, guys. I'm telling you, GCP locations. When it comes to the GCP locations, what is regions? What is zones? What is the importance of the regions and zones? What is IAM? Identity access management. What is identities? What is roles? And what is the resource hierarchy? What is the importance of learning the IAM? What is networking basics in the GCP? What are the networking basics in the GCP like VPCs, firewalls, load balancing? So these are the basic concepts everyone must learn, whoever it is. Someone wanted to become a data engineer, someone wanted to do some kind of a certification, someone wanted to become a DevOps engineer, whoever you are, we must learn these techniques. And after that, GCP data engineering tools. We should learn about the Google Cloud Storage, Cloud SQL, Cloud Spanner, BigQuery. So these are all the these are all the five storage or database services in the Google Cloud for data engineering activities. Okay. cloud storage for object storage, cloud SQL and cloud spanner for relational databases, OLTP systems, BigQuery is for data warehouse, Bigtable is for the OLTP as well as OLAP for NoSQL databases. Okay, SQL and Spanner and BigQuery are the SQL databases. Bigtable is a NoSQL databases. And Dataproc, Dataflow, Data Fusion, and Airflow. These are the 4 services. Dataproc, Dataflow, Data Fusion, Data Airflow. These are the 4 services for data processing. Okay, the ones which are in the orange color, these are all the 4 services for your data processing activity. So Dataproc comes up with the Spark environment. We are going to learn with the PySpark. Dataflow comes up with the Apache Beam. With the help of the Python, we are going to process the data. Data fusion, mostly we are not covering the data fusion, but I'm going to give you some heads of what is actually the data fusion. And one more is Airflow. With the help of the how we are going to create the DAGs, level 1 DAG, level 2 DAG with the help of the Python. So to process the data, we are having a data processing systems. And we are learning about the cloud functions, IAM, data migration service, data transfer services, scheduler. So this is our concept. We are going to learn all close to 20 tools in the GCP for Google data engineering. If you wanted to become a data engineer, we are going to learn almost close to 20 services in the GCP. If you learn this concept or if you learn half of these concepts, I'm telling you, you can easily become a data engineer. Okay, so this is what is a Google data engineering, guys. Okay, so we are going to learn. I'm going to describe what is actually the each and every one maybe tomorrow, and we are going to start each and everything. Maybe we are going to start from here, from tomorrow's session. Why we need cloud. From there, we are going to start, and we're going to be understanding the difference between the on-premises and cloud. And then I will tell you what is Google Cloud Platform, what are the opportunities, and the interfaces, locations, IAM, and network basics. From there, we're going to start and we're going to be entering into the cloud storage, and all of these services we're going to be learning one by one, including the scenarios, assignments, projects, and real-time things. Okay. So if one wanted to see the comprehensive syllabus, you can able to look at here the course content, topic wise course content. If you wanted to see, you can able to look at here. Cloud storage. These are the concepts that we are covering. Cloud spanner, BigQuery, Dataproc. In the BigQuery, we're going to be learning about a very important service, BigQuery. With the BigQuery itself, there are plenty of the jobs nowadays. What is actually the BigQuery? The difference between the native tables, views, storage optimization techniques like partitions, clustering, temporary tables, how to create a data set, the data set and transformations. All of those things we are going to learn in the BigQuery. In the Dataproc, when you see, we are going to, it is a processing tool with Hadoop and Spark environment. So for that one, we're going to create a cluster here, and we're going to work with the PySpark SQL data frames. Okay, with the help of the PySpark, we are going to process the data, and with that we are going to learn the data proc. In the data flow, we are going to learn about the Apache Beam programming model with help of the Python. So we are going to process the data with help of the Apache Beam with Python. So that is one more data flow. Here also we are having some project. Here also we are having some project. And PubSub also we are learning for the streaming data. And one thing is the cloud composer, nothing but Airflow. What is a DAG? How to create a DAG? What are the tasks? What are the operators? What are the dependencies? All of those things concept-wise we are going to learn. And after that, we are going to practically implement the DAG. Like we have 3 level 1, level 2, level 3 DAG. Those will be very important for us to understand the Airflow. And we are also learning about XCOM's cross communications. So that is also there. Fusion I'm not covering full-fledgedly. It is only for the critical project because companies are nowadays not using the data fusion much. So that is only for the concept-wise we are learning. But here we do not practically learn anything. But Airflow, PubSub, Dataflow, Dataproc, BigQuery, Bigtable, Composer, Spanner, all of these things practically implementing using the Google Cloud Platform. I'm going to tell you how to create a free tier account in the GCP. I'm going to tell you what, sir. I'm going to tell you how to create a free tier account in the GCP, which is worth of $300 for next 90 days. You can able to create your account. I have created my account yesterday only, so I got free credits of 24,000 for the next 90 days. Okay, so this is what it is. You can also, this is a free trial status. You can see here. I'm going to tell you how to create this free trial status for you as well, how to activate your account. Once you activated or once you activated your account also comes up with these things, 24,000 rupees for next 90 days. Here only we are going to practice everything for the data proc. If I have to say, we're going to come here and create a cluster and we're going to be processing the PySpark. Likewise, we maybe go to the SQL, Cloud SQL for database engines, right? So one by one, tool by tool, we are going to learn it. We're going to be practicing it. We're going to be implementing the solutions here itself in the Google Cloud platform. So you don't need to go any other platform for working with this thing. So all the things are here only. I'm going to tell you how to create a free tier account. That will be very helpful for you to create an environment. And once the environment is ready, one by one, we are going to practically learn here. Okay. Yeah. So these are the services that we are going to focus on. Okay, these are the services that we are going to focus on. Here mentioned 16, but when it comes to the reality, there can be more than that also. Okay, and the course details. The course is going to be for 40 days, daily 1 hour, Monday to Friday. We do not have a sessions for Saturday, Sunday. And the delivery mode is going to be online live sessions like this, the same timings. Okay, the same timings, sir. Don't worry about it. The timings will be the same. I'm mentioning that timing 7:30 to 8:30. (7:30 to 8:30) IST, Indian Standard Time. Okay, the delivery mode is going to be online sessions. We are going to provide the video recordings. We are going to, I am also providing you the comprehensive material you might have seen here. This material access I am going to provide you guys. You will be having everything here. How to create an account, GCS, if you are learning about the Google Cloud platform, everything is here. It is a comprehensive material with all the details properly, and data will be copied and pasted. And Spanner, IAM, data proc, data and everything is properly documented, guys, so need not worry. So all the things are here for you. We can able to learn from here. Comprehensive material will be provided to you, and I'm going to share you the mostly asked interview questions. I have been still seeing you that out of 10 questions, my questions are almost 7 questions will be there from the interview questions. So those will be very useful for you. Okay, out of 10 questions, if the data as a GCP data engineer, the interviewer asking you, 7 questions are repetitive all the time, and I'm going to provide you that list. Resume assistance, real-time projects and case studies. We are going to cover many scenarios and assignments. Okay, so this is what is the course details. Course is going to be for 40 hours, 40 plus hours. You can think of like 40 plus hours. 40 days means 40 plus hours. Okay, close to 2 months, you can say, close to or more than 1.5 months. Daily 1 hour, on live sessions, video recordings, comprehensive material, and interview questions will be shared. Resume assistance, I'm going to give you the resume templates. You can prepare your resume. Okay, and real-time projects, case studies, scenarios, and assignments. Okay, so this is what it is, guys. And what are the opportunities? So there are plenty of the opportunities for the Google Cloud platform as a data engineering position. If you prepare your resume and put it in the Naukri, I am telling you, by evening itself, you're going to get at least 10 calls. There is a plenty of the calls for the data engineering with the GCP data engineer. So if you are ready to join in the next 1 week or 10 days, you get at least 10 interviews scheduled in this week itself. Okay, there is a huge demand for the GCP data engineer position. Don't believe me, go and prepare your resume as a GCP data engineer, put some tools here and there, they're going to call you and you will be understanding that. So how many calls you got tomorrow, you tell me. Okay, there's a very huge demand for the GCP data engineering position. So at least you will get a plenty of the calls. By today itself, you will get 10 calls if you are ready to join. Okay, that is one thing. And what are the prerequisites, sir? Do I have to learn some programming languages? Nothing is required if you are familiar with I am expecting you, my guys or my students, familiar with the SQL. If you are not familiar with the SQL, try to make yourself familiar with the SQL. If you are familiar with the SQL, that is more than enough. I am going to teach PySpark. I am going to teach how to create a DAG with the help of Python. I'm going to teach how to create a Apache Beam with Python. So all of those things, and SQL, if you learn SQL development also, I will teach. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, Apache Beam. So this is Beam. So these things. So this is what it is. So if you learn the SQL, that is more than enough. Basic concepts of the SQL, if you know, that is more than enough. SQL development, PySpark, DAG creations, Apache Beam programming model, all of those things we are going to learn in our sessions. Okay, yeah. By the end of this session, by the end of this course, by the end of this particular course, you are familiar with the SQL development, PySpark development, Apache Beam, DAGs. You are learning about these are the, as a data engineer, you are learning all of these concepts, the first thing. And you will also know how you can use, for example, if you are coming up some requirement from the customer, which tool you have to use for the storage, which tool you have to use for the data lake, which tool you have to use for the data warehouse, which tool you have to use. You will coming up with the architecting skills as well. By end of this course, you will be able to in a position to create an entire end-to-end data engineering end-to-end data engineering pipeline by using these particular tools. Okay, you will get that kind of a knowledge by end of this course. Okay, you are learning programming skills, I mean data processing skills, you are learning some architecting skills as well. Okay, so this is what is the end product of this course. And target audience for this course, if you are if you wanted to become a data engineer, you come from, sir, I am a data analyst, I wanted to become a data engineer. Sir, I am a software engineer, I wanted to become a data engineer. Sir, I am a ETL developer, I wanted to become a data engineer. Whoever you are, I'm telling you, if you wanted to become a data engineer, think that the data engineer are earning a lot. So if you wanted to be in a trending job, or if you wanted to be in a data world, or if you wanted to explore the data world, sir, I wanted to become a data engineer. In that case, whoever you are, if you wanted to become a data engineer, go for this one. Okay, so that is what it is. Whoever you are, if you wanted to become a data engineer, this is a course for you. Okay, and there is a plenty of opportunities, there is no problem with the job. And sir, I wanted to do a certification. There are some people who wanted to go for certifications, and this is a course for you as well. This is specially designed in such a way that if someone wanted to go for associate cloud engineer certification, or if someone wanted to go for professional data engineer certification, okay, this course is for you as well. Okay, yeah, this is it for today's session, guys. I think I have correctly taken 30. Okay, exactly, it's 1 hour. Now I'm going to open up for the question and answer session. If you guys have any questions, you can put it in the chat. If you are unable to speak, I'm going to take it from there, and you can raise your hand. We have many people here. You can raise your hand and we will take it one by one. Okay, so someone is asking how many real-time projects we are going to cover. Sir, I can say more than 5 real-time projects we are going to cover. Real-time pipelines. Yeah, we are going to create end-to-end pipelines with more than 5. Yeah. Any other questions, anyone?
Yeah, yeah,
Yes.
hi. Yeah, we want to know roles and responsibility of the data engineering, data science scientist, and the data analyst. Which data engineer you have explained, but data analyst and data engineer are same as a data engineer or any
See, it's
differences?
a foundational course. So for the data world, data engineer is a foundational course. Data engineering is the foundational topic or the foundational field for the data analyst or the data scientist. If a data analyst wanted to work or if the data scientist wanted to work, they need the proper data. But who is creating that proper cleaned data? Who is processing that data? Who is creating the pipelines? That's a data engineer. Okay, data analyst who will be focusing directly on the analysis. Data scientist who will be focusing on the data analysis for the future trends. Okay, if they wanted to understand or if they wanted to do that analysis or future trends, they need the proper data, they need the cleaned data, they need the someone to get the data from the multiple data sources, create a pipelines, making sure that every data is proper everywhere. So for that one, for entire data world, data engineering is a foundational course. Okay, yeah. So that's what is a data engineer.
Yeah, okay.
And when it comes to the opportunities wise, there are plenty of the opportunities. You can go as a SQL developer. First thing, you can actually go as a data engineer only. Data engineer in the GCP, and you can go as a SQL developer also. Some people can say PySpark development. If some people go as a data flow, some people go as a Airflow developer. So there are plenty of by this course. There are plenty of the tools that we are covering. So there are plenty of the opportunities are there outside. So you can easily grow. And one more thing is that the package is also very high. It's not that, sir, there are plenty of demand for that because the demand is there for the GCP data engineers because the manpower for the GCP is very less. Plenty of the companies are started using the GCP, but the GCP skilled professionals are very less. The manpower is very less. So you can actually utilize this course to become a data engineer in within 3 months. Hardly 3 months. Within 3 months, you can able to easily become. If you are some testing engineer or if you are some other software developer, if you think that I got stuck somewhere, sir, I wouldn't able to move from here. Can I able to learn some course and wanted to shift to that particular? Then this is a right course for you. And if you are have a data mindset, in that case you can actually go for this course. I would say that. Or if you wanted to go for some other, and feel free to do that, but this is a course starting from the basics to the advanced. Sure, yeah. Course amount, sir, for the course fee, I did not cover that course fee. For the course fee perspective, you can actually connect with the respective team. Okay, you can connect with the team. They will helping you on the course amount. Yeah. So, hi Srikant, you are mentioning about CI/CD. We are not covering the CI/CD. It's not Git CI/CD is not for the data engineer. It could be related to the DevOps topic. So we are not focusing on those CI/CDs. Okay. But I will tell you what is CI/CD. Some kind of a knowledge I can give you because I am also a trainer for the DevOps as well. Okay, I am also a trainer for the GCP DevOps as well. I cover all of those things, whatever you say. Get all of those things, but it's not, this course will not be useful for those people who wanted to become a DevOps engineer. This is mainly for the GCP data engineer guys. Okay, and if you wanted to learn any other concepts like Git, CI/CD, you can actually practice. But as a GCP data engineer, we don't use those much. Okay, we mainly focus on the data. We mainly focus on the data processing. Yeah. Yeah. Any other questions? If we create a free trial account, will we get sufficient limited CSO? Don't worry about the these things, guys. So if you get it's not like AWS and Azure. If you create a free trial account with $300 credit, everything you can use. All the services you can use. It's not that you can only use this service, that service. What are the services that are there in the big data world? We will be using all those services. Don't worry about that. So there are no limitations like Azure and AWS. And do you require any programming language? Since you mentioned Python with DAG and Apache Beam, I'm teaching that, so you don't require to prior knowledge. But if you have a prior knowledge, that is more than good. But if you do not have a knowledge also, more than must thing is that SQL. If you know the SQL, that is important. Other things I am going to teach you here. I'm going to teach you PySpark, guys. Don't worry. Okay. So you don't need to learn anything. But if you are, I'm gonna give you the assignments, right? So in our upcoming sessions, while I was talking about some kind of a basic concept, so what I will do is that I'm gonna give you the assignment. Like today, you focus on this data types. Okay, I'm gonna assignment to give you that this weekend you focus on PySpark data types concept. Learn something, and again variable concept, and again we will be covering in our PySpark development. So that way it will be very helpful. Like SQL concepts also. If someone is not familiar with the SQL, actually start from the data types, DDL, DML commands, where, group by, order by, aggregate functions, joins, CTEs, union, all ranking functions. So they can start from here. And for those people, if I wanted to learn very full-fledgedly, then you can focus on this thing. Take a snapshot of this one, which will be very useful. We are going to cover in our sessions anyway. But yeah, it would be good if you are already know. Yeah, this is the thing. This is something expected. Yeah. Any other questions, anyone? Real-time projects are related to which GCP data services, sir? Sir, we are going to learn. We have a project on PySpark. We have a project on Apache Beam. We have a project on Airflow, DAGs, and some analysis on data flow, moving the data from GCS to BigQuery via these services. Yes. Any other questions? Okay. What kind of architecture we are implementing, sir? We are going to see. Okay, don't worry about that architecture. It's very beginning. If I say something, some people may be confused, so I don't want to give that kind of a mindset now itself. So we are going to learn the concepts. First, we are going to clear our concepts in the GCP, and after that we're going to be learning each and every concept, and we're going to be integrating. When I say integrating, that's where you call as an architect, right? So integrating GCS with BigQuery, GCS Cloud SQL BigQuery, or some on-premises database is there. I wanted to move the data migration, I wanted to do it. All of those things we are going to learn. Some MySQL to the local to Google Cloud Platform. How do you migrate it? How do you do it automatically? How do you do it manually? So all of those things. Okay, I've been teaching from last almost 20 plus batches I have covered. So yeah, don't worry about the course content. It is a full-fledged course content with a very good even sometimes even if you go and prepare your resume, and if you attend for an interview, they're going to be asking the questions, right? All of those questions I will be covering in our sessions. The only thing is that people tend to forget. If you don't forget, or if you are noting down all the interview questions whenever I am talking, so those things are very much useful for you to crack the interviews. Okay, yeah, so that is more than enough. All other things anyway, practical things, all of those things we will be covering. Yeah, since the demo is covered for 5 days, will you be able to go and start any syllabus now? Not today, maybe from tomorrow. Yes, from tomorrow onwards we are going to start. Yeah, we are going to start from the basics, and we're going to be covering one by one, maybe from tomorrow onwards. Yeah, yeah. Thank you all. Anyone have any questions? So our company is asking us to complete AS and CDL certification. Okay, sorry. AS and CDL certification. Which one is better to pick up? AS. Go for AS. Okay. Yes, it's very simple. You can able to easily cover with this particular course. You can able to easily complete it. Yes, Associate Cloud Engineer certification. And I'm not asking detailed explanation. I just wanted to know what kind of architecture we are using. I just told you. right? I've just told you, like we are going to integrate GCP with the BigQuery, GCS, and Cloud SQL. If you have an on-premises MySQL database, we are going to integrate that with the BigQuery, move the data using the some other DMS services. So there are plenty of the things, and we are also creating DAGs. So architecture means I do not know what do you mean by architecture, but plenty of the tools we are going to integrate it, and that if you think that is an architecture, yes. So that kind of a mechanism we are going to create it. Yeah. Real-time projects related to which services? There are plenty of services I have named it. Almost all the things we are going to clearly practically learning it. So it would be you can think of like it is a case study, and one more thing for some 4 to 5 services it is a project, real-time project. Yes. Yeah, I think we are good for the day. Thank you all. Okay, this guy was asking this question again. How can we know to join this course? I actually told you when we started our topic, if you remember, this is our architecture, right? What is our architecture? This is not our architecture. Don't you think this is architecture? This is architecture only. This is a data engineering architecture, right? You have a multiple data sources. You try to store it in a data lake, and you try to store it in a you do a data processing, you do a data warehouses, and after that you're going to be doing it. This is an architecture. This is of course this is an architecture. Okay, and maybe I will say tomorrow the data lake we are using, this is GCS. I will say here instead of data processing I'll use data proc, I'll use data flow, I'll use some other services, and here I'll use BigQuery. For entire orchestrating purpose, I will use Airflow. Okay, data governance and monitoring, I will be using cloud logging. Okay, so this is what it is. Governance also you can think of like here itself, Airflow. You can mention instead of here. So this is what it is. This is our architecture. Okay, maybe I may not have mentioned you these things. For the data lake, you have a GCS. Okay, for databases, you can also use Cloud SQL. Cloud SQL, Cloud Spanner. Okay, applications, no file formats. We are going to cover CSV, JSON, Avro. And IoT devices, we do not have any. Data lakes, data warehouses, data processing, and downstream people, and Airflow for orchestrating purpose. Okay, so this is what is our architecture. Okay. Still you have a doubt, and don't worry, you are going to learn in our upcoming sessions. Okay, yeah. Okay, guys, thank you all. Have a great day. We will meet you at the same time tomorrow. Bye bye. Have a great day until then.